This is Jazzology. It's surreal science, honestly. Not just a podcast of me talking about me. Or maybe it is. It's Jazzology. There he is. Oh, you know what? We get better at this every week. I swear. Welcome. So before we start chatting, Joe, let me do a quick intro for all those at home to introduce you.
I'm early.
You're bang on time. You're bang on time. I couldn't have. That was so smooth. It's almost put me off.
Except that the first shot was my hand over the camera, just turning the volume down.
That's okay. If that's the worst thing that happens tonight, then I'm happy with that.
Okay.
Just to introduce my special guest this evening is the man on my screen, at least, is below. So is Joe G. And Joe G is a singer-songwriter from Suffolk, and Joe and I met a few years ago when I was over in Suffolk doing my thing, and we'll elaborate a little bit on that, I think, as the evening progresses, Joe. But sure. Yeah, so please say hello to. In fact, we've got 5 people watching already, so it's going to be a big one.
Yeah, for sure. It was great. We met a few years ago when you were based in Suffolk doing your album. I think it was maybe the Angel, one of the open mic nights.
You've got a great memory. I was actually trying to think of when we first met and what we were doing, and I'm certain it was the Angel. Yeah,
I think so. And then we gigged together at the Smokehouse in Ipswich.
We did,
and Radio Suffolk as well. That was really fun.
Yeah, you know what?
Hanging out in some tea room.
We've done a lot together, Joe. Right? I always forget how much we've done together.
Yeah.
Good times. So just to sort of put some context on it, I basically found myself in Suffolk because a few years ago I decided to leave my previous job and try doing full-time music, and I ended up going to Suffolk because, well, actually for a personal reason. I was just there because for a personal reason, and while I was there, I thought, well, this is a great opportunity to set up a new album, and I had a bunch of songs I wanted to work on, and so I started looking around for like a team to build to do this album. And while I was doing that, I thought, well, I'm here anyway, so I may as well do some open mics and do some busking and see what happens. And that's how I ended up in. How did I end up in Woodbridge, actually? So what we were talking about, the Angel, which is it's a pub in Woodbridge in Suffolk, and they do a really good open mic. And I think I just heard about it on the scene, and somebody said you should definitely go and check out the Angel. And I turned up there one day, and then I saw you there, just an incredibly accomplished yet very early career musician, and I was just like, wow, this guy's got it going on, you know.
Yes.
So, and I think that's where it all kind of started.
I definitely live that dichotomy.
Yeah.
I live that. Accomplished, but also at the very beginning.
Well, I mean, isn't that just the way, you know? It doesn't matter
I think so.
Accomplished and how good you are, you know, there's always going to be a journey to sort of find your following, as it were. But tell me, Joe, how did you get into sort of singer-songwritering, and what's your path into the game we love?
Well, when I was a teenager, I was really into rock music. I still am really into rock music, but I always saw myself as the frontman of a band, I suppose, and just bands like Green Day and Billy Talent, Blink-182, Avenged Sevenfold. They kind of inspired me. So my vision for myself as a musician was like, I just thought that's how it was. If you want to make rock music, you have to be in a band. So I was in different bands in high school with friends, punk music and ska and stuff like that, and that was really good fun. But I kind of ended up being the drummer because I was just the best drummer of our mates, kind of thing. And we all wanted to sing and play guitar, so I kind of ended up being the drummer. So yeah, and I'm really good friends with those guys still, and we still collaborate. But but what happened was I moved school for sixth form, and I met some other musicians and ended up forming a band with them. We were called Heartacher, and that was quite good. We had a good run. We kind of took a gap year that we didn't really know would be a gap year in the end, because we didn't know if we'd go to uni or not the following year. But we sort of gigged around Suffolk and did our own recordings, and we're all doing our own thing now, all in music. Harry's in LA with a producer called DJ Swivel. Ollie, the drummer, is working. He's a mixing engineer, and he does like 360 degree mixes for Sony and big labels. Big artists.
Is that like is that 8D or along that sort of line? Am I right in that?
So I'm gonna get the facts completely wrong on this, but so you know how you've got surround sound normally, you've got Dolby Digital, or I think it's 7.1 or something, 5.1 surround sound you could have at home, and in cinemas you've got 7.1. But he is working on he's working with technologies that will essentially introduce 360 degree sound. So it's something like 13.1 or something. So it's like 7 speakers in front of you, so 5 around the top, 4 around the side, and then 2 subs at the bottom. And he's mixing a lot of old music, like old rudimental music and old pop music, and even the new Biffy Clyro album as well. He's been mixing for 360 degree sound. So it's a technology that they're working on essentially for headphones as well. They're going to try and make it just the experience as immersive as possible. It's quite amazing. Yeah, it
sounds like a good contact to have moving forward. You know, I'm going to imagine that eventually you're going to bring out an album, brilliant. And suddenly it's going to be in this kind of crazy new format, and I'm like, what happened there exactly? That
I definitely can't get my music in that format. I can't do it yet. No, it's just it's something that they're working on, sort of thing. Basically, it's like the potential future of music. You know, who knows whether it'll catch on, but it's pretty amazing. Yeah.
So let's bring it back to you, because I know that recently you've worked. So you've been doing, and it's interesting you mentioned the word dichotomy a little earlier, and I think you have this really interesting thing going on, because there's so many people like me, right? I'm the kind of dreary male singer-songwriter, melancholic, talking about his feelings too much, and there's a ton of people in that genre, and you know, I sort of sometimes I sit down and I think, well, I try and be individual, but you know, it's like pretty much it. But you've got this whole thing where you can really tell that you come from a place where you fell in love with that. Like, I don't know exactly what the genre is, but it's like alt metal or something, or punk metal or something.
Well, yeah, several different things. Yeah, like there's a bit of melodic metal that I like, and there's that's influenced my music, and there's pop punk as well. Yeah.
But then you've ended up as a solo artist doing. I mean, I know your albums are very instrumental, and you're trying to build a bigger sound. But I sort of know you as a singer-songwriter with this kind of like dark heart of metal. And I find that fascinating, because there's I mean, when you're trying to make a name for yourself, for me, the crucial thing is to have your own thing going on. I think you've definitely done that. So how do you personally strike that balance between sort of being a solo but loving this concept of like bigger sound and big music and band orientated tracks?
Well, that's what took so long for me to work out. So as I say, for years and years growing up, learning guitar and drums and playing with friends, I thought that my future was in a band. I didn't think I could be a solo rock artist, basically. But so I think I try to draw upon other solo artists, basically, and blend their. So I'm a big fan of The Weeknd. I'm a big fan of Eminem.
Yeah.
And it may not be obvious, obviously, in my music, because I make rock music and I'm not R&B or hip hop. But in terms of the way I think about lyrics and the way I think about just connotations of words, sounds, atmospheres, and instrumentation, I try and allow a sort of just other solo artists really to influence my music, and that helps me with my identity as a solo artist. I think just being comfortable making rock music, but solo, if you see what I mean. So it helps that I enjoy playing all the instruments in the studio, and live. I'm lucky to have great friends that help me pull off a bigger sound live.
It's interesting you mentioned that, because I didn't.
But it took ages to work that out, and be comfortable in that space, because there are solo rock artists out there, but I just happen to not really be. I don't know that. I need to, I've got some educating to do still. There's so much music, classic music, that I know is great. David Bowie, for example. I really need to delve into that a bit more. But generally, I have quite a wide range of influences, and I try and let that all soak in, directly or indirectly, into my music.
I think it's a fascinating story, and I think you're an exciting guy to watch from that perspective, because inevitably you'll end up doing things differently to sort of like the status quo of sort of male white singer-songwriters like us, I suppose. But I'm excited to see where you go with it. Now let's before I forget, because this always happens where we get chatting and then it all kind of like time elapses. Let's play a song. Okay. And I'd love to. It's up to you whether do you want to go first, or shall I play a song first, or what suits you best? You had your guitar out a minute ago, so I feel like you were sort of like ready.
It's because I've never done a sort of a live stream with any chatting involved, so I was ready to play immediately. But then I remember, and then you started talking, and you didn't have your guitar, so I was like, all right, I'll put it down for a minute.
Well, hey, pick it back up, and you can go first if you want.
Well, thanks for the introduction.
Yeah, you're absolutely welcome. But do please tell us a little bit about the song, and what it's called, and maybe when it was written, and then it's all yours.
Okay, sure. So this is a single that I released quite recently. It's called Compelled, and the word just comes from one of the lyrics, and I picked it as the title of the song because it's I wanted the song to be about temptation or vice, or the story behind the song really is, in the chorus I say, it's my dream to make her mine, and people are going to think that's probably romantic, but I was actually going to name the song Mary Jane, because it would immediately give away what actually inspired the song.
Well, it took me a minute.
Song,
but
sure. The song is actually about marijuana. So
okay, right, okay, nice.
Yeah, so that's the secret behind the song. Yeah. And
so it's almost a love song about marijuana.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it is.
Okay, cool.
It is. So yeah, and all the connotations with that, really, like summer and any other. So it doesn't have to be. That's what it's about to me. But I think for anyone else, it's kind of about whatever your temptation is, or whatever it is that that can hold you back. That can be a good escape, but can also hold you back. And at the end of the song, it's a sort of about a redemption from that and leaving it behind to pursue something that's more fulfilling.
Fantastic. Yeah. Well, mate, take it away. The stage is yours.
Cool. So here we go. This is Compelled. What makes you feel so incomplete and compelled to see a piece of me disappear? Where you from, what you desperate for? Abuse me to convince yourself how you feel ain't justified without a little help. Make a wish and come alive. Take a pick off wasted time. Summer screams for lullabies. It's my dream to ecstatic state of mind. Overcast, I couldn't face the cold outside. Though we know it's temporary, we try pretend it's forever, for fear of demons that won't go away. Make a wish and come alive. Take your pick of wasted time. Summer streams for lullabies. It's my dream to make her mine. Make a wish and come alive. Take your pick of wasted time. Summer streams for lullabies. It's my dream to make her mine. I'm leaving behind my thoughts of a dream to circumvent reality. One too many times I've fallen asleep instead of staying true to me. Staying true to me. There we go.
Phew! Oh, mate, amazing, amazing. I mean, I've followed the release of Compelled. I think you've done a great job of homespun marketing, and I think your visuals are great. And I've followed that release, but it's really nice to see
cool.
it played. It's really nice to see it played live like that. Although I did actually tune into your last live stream, and I saw you play it there.
Oh, wicked.
But,
Oh, cool.
Yeah, mate. I mean,
Thank
what
you.
always blows my mind is that I think you're nearly a decade. You are a decade my junior, aren't you? I mean,
I think so, yeah.
Let's not
I think
obsess about
so.
age, but
No, yeah, sure.
your guitar skills are ridiculous. Like,
Thanks.
Your
Yeah.
accuracy and your I don't know, just your clarity with the guitar. I mean, I could only imagine having that at your age. So
I feel the same way about you, though, mate. So
oh yeah, but
you've got to know that.
As well. All right, let's not.
Your playing's extremely precise as well.
Let's not
and
blow smoke.
Yeah,
up
I
each
know.
other's arse
True.
too
Yeah.
much. I mean, the people
No,
just get
for
sick of it.
sure. Definitely.
But anyway, I mean, you're an amazing guy to watch. Right, so shall I tell you what? Before time elapses, shall I? I'll play my song.
Sounds good.
In fact, I'm actually going to play a song which I've never played before.
That'd be amazing. Wow. Is it from your next album?
It is, and it's an exclusive. And the reason I'm going to play it is that today I was recording the vocals in my home studio, and so theoretically I've sort of learnt it. Prior to today, I was like, I didn't even know the vocal. But in honour of you, Joe, I mean, you know that I have I'm a fairly melancholic singer-songwriter, so I have all these kind of like lovely, if a little slow and soppy songs. So this is a bit of a change of tact, and it doesn't even really have a name. I'm sort of deciding on the name, but I've sort of loosely called it Without a Dark. And it's a story. It's not really a story. It's just a commentary on my range of sort of emotional. That sounds really bad. Emotional stability, but like I always feel like the wider your range, and they say this about a lot of artistic people. The wider your range, actually, the more you're compelled, if you like, to go into your art and to use music or art or whatever it is your creative passion is, to sort of rationalize it. And so it's it's kind of a song about that sort of commentary on feeling elated sometimes and also very sad sometimes. So anyway, I'm going to play it for you, and I'm going to have to take my ears out, and I always say this to my my guests: don't say anything nasty when I do this, because I have no idea what you're saying. I can just see you.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm going to take this out and sing a song, but this is called Without the Dark, and goes a bit like this.
Amazing. exciting.
Oh, I'll tell you what, I'm just gonna do that so people can actually see a bit of guitar as well.
Oh, great.
Oh, let's see. It was late October. I wish that I was older. Not that I want to be over the hill, just controlling my will to divulge it. The feelings I've been folding, the honesty I've been shouldering, the faith to know that life goes on and your bones grow strong as you're falling away from all these days that just go on too long, all these devils that do wrong to you. And all these winds that tear away your skin, cold rain that soaks your soul right through. Without the dark there is no light. Oh, oh. Without the fear there is no fight. Oh, oh, oh. I was blind, now I see light. Yeah. Oh, oh. Without the dark there is no light. It was early May. I think I found a way to be the man I wanted to be, just clear and free, I'd say. Something here had changed, the feelings rearranged. I feel a bit it's funny to be built this silly way, to welcome in those days that just go on too long, and all these devils that do wrong to you. To love these winds that tear away your skin, the cold rain that soaks your soul right through. Without the dark there is no light, no. Oh, oh. Without the fear there is no fight, no. Oh, oh. I was blind, now I see light, yeah. Oh, oh. Without the dark there is no light, no. Oh, oh. Without the dark there is no light. Oh, without the fear there is no fight, no. Oh, oh. I was blind, now I see light, yeah. Oh, oh. Without the dark there is no light, no. Seems the weight I feel is only what I chose. It just comes around to weigh you down, and I'll take what's real and I'll hold it up so close. And all these echoes sing, without the dark there is no light, yeah. Without the fear there is no fight, yeah. Oh, I was blind, now I see light, yeah. Oh, oh. Without the dark there is no light, yeah. Oh, oh. Without the dark there is no light. Without the fear there is no fight, yeah. Oh, oh. I was blind, now I see light, yeah. Oh, oh. Without the dark there is no light, oh, 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 oh. Without the dark there is no light.
Yes.
Alright, I can't hear anything yet, hang on.
That
Let me
was
put the ears
brilliant.
back in.
That
Oh
was
my
so
God.
good.
Oh, that wasn't too bad.
That was
got-
brilliant.
I got through it lyrically.
Yes,
Just about.
so good. I know what it's like playing a fresh song.
Yeah, but you know what? The funny
I
thing
always
is that
forget lyrics.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's for me, and also like I'm getting to the point now where I've got quite a lot of original songs that I've got this pink folder. In fact, I've got it in front of me here. I've got this pink folder, which is like my Bible, and I've got this is my page of originals now, right? So this is all my original stuff, and then I've got like pages and pages of like covers which I use for function gigs, and I'm just getting to the point now where I'm like, at some point, my brain's gonna go, nah, no more lyrics. No, you're not allowed any more lyrics. You're just gonna, what you've got is fine. You're not allowed to do anything else. You know?
Yeah, there's not enough room in the brain to remember.
It's a one in, one out door policy.
That's it. Yeah, I'm sure there's a Homer Simpson quote that says that.
Yeah, for sure.
Something like that.
For sure. It's like
when I learn new things, it pushes old things out of my brain.
Yeah. I feel like when you get to 40, nothing new. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's it.
Oh yeah. Well, if I'm forgetting stuff now at 25, like,
true.
I don't want to know how quickly I'll get Alzheimer's.
Yeah, well, right. Hey, before we get into another chat, I wanted to open it up to those who are watching. So, at least I want to just say hello to a few people. So,
who have we got?
People have said hello. Diana Rayner said hello. Marie 31420. Also says she saw me in St Ives this summer. Fantastic. Welcome. Alex Paps has said hello. Rick Markin.
Rick is my housemate.
Oh, okay. So he's like looking from next door, is he?
Well, yeah, they're in the other room.
Oh,
him
fantastic.
And his girlfriend.
Oh, that's okay. I'm glad they're online.
Thanks to them
and not
for giving me the space.
Yeah. Helen Gibbings, is that a relation to yours?
That is my mum. Hey, mum.
Fantastic. And who else have we got? Nick Brick is in the house. She's given lots of claps. And light raking as well.
That's my friend George from
fantastic.
From uni. Yeah, caught up with him earlier today.
Well, what I would say is that everybody who's watching, if you have any questions, if you'd like to make a comment or ask either Joe or myself about one of our songs, or indeed just ask us a general question about music, please feel free to do so. This is as much for you as it is for us. So we're just going to chat along. But if we see comments pop up, then we'll definitely respond to them. So if anyone has a burning question, please feel free to ask. That's what I want to say. So for the time being, there's nobody who's asking a burning question, so let's just chat on, shall we?
Yeah, sure. I really like that song.
Thank you, man.
I feel like you've talked about me so much, but yeah, I am a really big fan, and my girlfriend and I listened to Insecuriosity like all summer in Austria.
Oh, amazing!
Just when we drive around, we just singing along and just absolutely love it, man. So
that's incredible. Thank you. Well, that album for me is very Suffolk. Because it's I worked with a Suffolk-based producer. I worked with a Suffolk-based violinist, a Suffolk-based drummer, James Brown. Did you know James Brown?
I saw him when he played at the Smokehouse with you.
Okay,
so
yeah.
I might have met him briefly, but
and a few vocalists were on the album as well. So on a Suffolk-based trumpeter as well on Insecuriosity. So. For me, that album is always going to be totally Suffolk.
Yeah.
So, and it also reminds me very much of the time that we spent together in Suffolk. I mean, Suffolk is a very special place for me now, and I'd love to come back. But fundamentally, my life is sort of all over the place now.
Yeah,
so
sure.
I tour a lot.
So where are you based?
Oh, sorry, Karen.
No, where are you based now? And
I'm in Worcestershire at the moment. So my family are from Worcestershire. So during lockdown, and generally speaking, between things, I tend to come back to Worcestershire because it's a sort of safe base where I can just keep stuff and things don't get nicked, and I can park Greenie the van outside and keep him safe.
Yeah.
But theoretically, I would be touring right now. I'd be touring in. I'd be finishing off a UK tour and then going to Holland. And then the plan would be to go down to the Alps and do another winter season in the Alps, and then reverse the tour, so come back up and do Germany to Holland and then the UK back again. And then sort of that would be into spring and then summer, down in the southwest. So that's sort of my loose thing that I've formulated as a sort of touring schedule. So I'm traveling a lot, basically. But how have you found this year with COVID? Because I know we spoke briefly about this, but for every musician it's been fairly devastating, unless people were already kind of into the online game. But how have you found it with everything that's happened this year?
Yeah, it's been hard. I think it's been hard for everybody.
Understatement.
For me,
Joe. Understatement.
Yeah, true. Understatement. But yeah, for me personally, it's been. I think I'm surprised at how well I took not being able to perform live for the first few months. But in the last week or two, I've been really feeling the pain of no live music. So I really miss that, and it is a real shame because, since streaming took over, live music's a big part of a musician's income. So the main part, even perhaps,
sure,
if you don't do anything else in the industry. So that is just a real shame. And yeah, but I actually started teaching guitar, so that's going really well, and I'm really enjoying that.
Oh, fantastic! Actually, I saw something pop up. So,
cool.
So is that something that you've been planning on doing anywhere, or is this very much I've done bits and bobs.
I've taught a few people in the past, but since March, it was just a family connection. It's kind of a cousin of my mum's. She wanted to support me somehow, and then she thought her son wanted some lessons, so they've just moved between Madagascar to Singapore, and nice. Skype lessons are working really well for him. So I just thought, well, I'm really enjoying this, so I'll try and get some more students. So.
And is it a plan so that once, who knows when life will go back to normal, but is it a plan to keep it as part of the sort of portfolio musician's career when this all kind of, for example, you're obviously doing lessons pretty much exclusively online, but there will come a day when you can basically go out and teach in schools and teach privately and face to face, and will you if you're going to keep that as part of your portfolio, do you think you will switch it, or do you think it's very much going to be a sort of online thing for you and sort of grow from that perspective? I
think if I can do it in person as well, once COVID is over, essentially, I would definitely do that, yeah, for sure.
But do you feel it's something that will be sort of still fundamentally not part of the journey that you want to go on, for example, or do you feel like you're gonna?
I see it as part of it. I do. I see it as part of it because it's an income from music. If you see what I mean, and that benefits my life as an artist. Because say if I'm teaching a student, I have to brush up on my theory.
Absolutely.
On something. So if I'm teaching them something, I need to be on it really with my knowledge. So.
I really like that attitude.
It really helps.
That's a really good attitude.
Yeah, I've been working as a social care assistant for adults with learning disabilities for 2.5 years, and that's been really good because I've flexible hours and everything for my life as an artist. But certainly any income from music is helpful because as I see it as directly related. So yeah, this job I've had for a long time has been incredible in many ways because it's been indirectly beneficial to my life as an artist. But anything in the music industry at all, really, I feel would be really helpful, complement my life because it would give me knowledge and experience, and I'd be meeting people that will hopefully directly benefit my life as a songwriter and recording artist.
I mean, the network, and this is it's interesting. So
that's my goal.
Yeah, totally. And it's interesting because doing this new project where I'm introducing people and having guests every Tuesday has made me realise the power of a network. Because and you don't know, like I didn't know I was going to do this, but I just sat down one day and I was like, I know a lot of singer-songwriters, like because I travel around a lot and I meet a lot of people.
Yeah,
I have this network of artists which I just don't really do anything with. Like they're friends and we connect, but I felt like there was this thing missing. And before this project kicked off, I would have never imagined that there would be such a power in having that network. So I think it's more like you're sort of almost future-proofing yourself against future projects. Is that if you build that network, and like you said, I think if you have this portfolio career around music, and not just saying, right, I'm just going to do artist gigs and that's it, and like nothing other than that. I think you miss out on a lot of potential sort of network around it, and you never know where those little contacts are going to go and where it's going to build into a future project. And I think that's really a really good idea. We all get a bit sort of stuck in our artist ways sometimes, so I think it's nice to hear that. It's inspiring, Joe.
Oh, good. Well, I mean, it's also inspiring what you do. You know, the amount you play as well, and the amount you busk, and the amount of, you know, gigs you've done is awesome. And certainly, in terms of location as well, it's really awesome that you've done, you know, played in countries around Europe, and it's a dream of mine. So it's really admirable.
It's a real. I mean, for me, that's I don't know that
the traveling lifestyle.
I'm not sure I could cope with being a sedentary musician. But then again, I've never tried it. So I mean, I guess this is me trying it: is to stand in one place and like play online gigs as much as possible. But it doesn't suit my natural tendencies and personality. So it's a big thing. But I think the reason why I started doing that was A, I love traveling. And B, I wanted to go and live in places which I love. So the Alps and the Southwest and surfing are big things for me. So I wanted to build my music around those places. And the third thing was that I just thought I was rubbish live. And the way I've always sort of felt like, you know, I should sort of attack music, especially coming into it late as a 32-year-old when I first started, like professionally, was I really needed to like up that game, because I think that's kind of fundamental. So I just said, right, I'm just going to play as much as possible. And I still don't play as much as I'd like to. Do you know what I mean? So it's like it's kind of interesting to hear a sort of outside perspective, and somebody saying, oh, you know, you play loads. I'm like, well, I don't feel like I play loads, but I guess it's all relative. But hey, right, okay. Sure. I think maybe it might be time for another tune. What do you reckon?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, amazing.
I was just in the middle of getting nervous about that.
Oh yeah. Well, it's before you do get even more nervous. Let's. So, what's this next song about? Is this an older one, or because you played a brand new one which has just been released?
Yeah.
Or are you deciding as we speak?
I'm deciding. That's what's happening right now.
You're deciding what to play.
Yeah, for sure. Because I was going to play the very new single, "Searching for Love," which is another. It's the track after "Compelled" on the album, and it's my most recent single. But I'm happy to play an older one as well if it will remind you of Suffolk more.
Well, I think, you know, for me these little guest lives are about that connection, right? So I think. Yeah, I mean, if you've got an older song which you're comfortable with, but again,
cool.
It's your stage, so you can do what you want with it.
Okay, cool.
But I'm quite happy. But no matter what you do, I just want to know a little bit about the song, because I for me that's a fascinating thing, is when a songwriter says, oh, you know, this is about this, and you can kind of start to hear the lyrics a bit better. And
yeah, sure, yeah, yeah. I mean that is a tricky one. Well, do you want an old or a new one?
I'm gonna, at the risk of like putting the pressure on you,
I'll talk about either. I don't mind.
I'll let you decide.
Okay, I'm just trying to think of one from my first album, because I'm about to release my second album. But I've taken the first one offline because I'm going to re-record the vocals, and I've re-recorded the drums for it because I just want to beef up the sound a bit.
Yeah.
So I'm going to re-release the first album next year, 2021, and so I'm just trying to think of a tune from it really that would be good to talk about. Just an interesting one. I'll play a song called "We." It's just a ballad, so slightly less rocky, and it's just quite a reflective song really. I was sort of it was written again during my time in London. My first two albums I wrote when I was a student in London, so this was kind of yeah, it's just the mood is reflective, I would say, for this song.
Fantastic.
It was just thinking about a past relationship, really, and trying to come to terms with the fact it's gone, and
doing a bit of deep work.
Life has moved on. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The first lyric just came to me on the tube one day when I was in London, and I just remember writing it on my phone. I always find it funny when people are living their lives, going off to buildings and jobs, and I'm just sitting on the tube and thinking of a lyric, and I'm in my notes. And also it was just a melody and a lyric that came to my mind. The first two lines. Yeah, I love those moments because later on I remember putting, trying to writing the song with my guitar and coming up with the chords, and it was a really great process because that time in my life I wasn't really happy, and writing was something that was something that kept me going. Basically, it was very therapeutic, and it gave me hope that if I can turn my my thoughts into something productive or positive, creative, then that will fulfill me, sort of thing. So
amazing.
So, yeah, I hope that's enough to
I'm going to picture you on the tube when you play the song.
Yeah,
so,
cool. Do it.
Hey, take it away.
Do it with like rain, like an emotional music video.
Yeah, yeah. I think it would make a great music video, actually.
Yeah,
keep that idea.
That's true. Post-lockdown video ideas.
Exactly.
All right, cool. So this is from my first album, Landscape, and I'll re-release it next year. And it's called We. Are you still there? Deep in my memory, the ocean of dreams that we all leave behind. Is it too much, too young? The waters look safe at first. I started to drown, and you swam to shore. Now we have nothing to say anymore. Just echoes of how we would talk when mine was yours, time was free. And we don't need to exchange excuses at all. We changed how we maybe got bored of being led by our naivety. Our naivety. So what has been learned? Twisting a fake and hurt. When to retreat, when to advance. I've been astray, lost in thought and wilderness, only to find my treasure and try rediscover my soul. Now we have nothing to say anymore. Just echoes of how we would talk when mine was yours, time was free. And we don't need to exchange excuses at all. We changed how we maybe got bored of being led by our naivety.
Amazing.
Thank you.
It's great. I think your slow ones are fab.
Oh, thank you.
Obviously your comfort zone is clearly the up tempo, slightly more sort of forward leaning songs, I guess. But
yeah.
How does it sit with you when you play a slower one? Is it sort of out of your comfort zone a little bit?
Yeah, it is a little bit, I suppose. Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, for sure. Definitely, I think technically as well, rhythmically, it's harder to play a slow tempo and be consistent, and also sustain notes for a long time. Technically, it's also more out of my comfort zone for sure. Yeah. As well as
I think I'm the other way round.
Yeah, in terms of really, yeah.
For me, it's like my comfort zone is like slow music.
Sure.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
But hey, I'll see what I'm going to play a song as well. And
cool. Is this an old one as well? Because you just played a brand new one, or?
I'm going to play an old one as well, and it's not going to be a slow one because I thought in honour of Joe G on the guest live this evening, I was going to avoid all the slow ones. But it's a song called "Another Brick in the Wall."
Awesome.
And
cool.
I won't elaborate too much on why I've stolen a Pink Floyd title for the song, but I think I have a feeling I played this song in The Angel once and explained it to everyone in there. So I feel like because of that connection, I think I'm going to play the song. But basically, it's basically a commentary on heartbreak as well, in a way. But I was writing it from the perspective, and this is from a songwriter perspective. This is really interesting because I find that I struggle sometimes to get away from the sort of the songs I already know, and the melodies I already know, and the lyrics I already know, which are already all up there. And sometimes I don't know why I'm thinking about something until later on, and suddenly I'll put two and two together. And it's really frustrating when you write a song and you think this song's great, and then you'll realise why you've written it that way, and so like basically the same as a song that's before.
Did you write the "Another Brick in the Wall" lyric and then realise it was?
Yeah, so exactly.
Did you really?
I wrote.
And you were like, oh no,
mate! I came up with this concept, and I was like, this is a banger. It's a great tune. It's got a great concept. It's got a good title. And the title was.
I'll get a choir of kids to sing on it.
Yeah.
David Gilmour can do a solo.
Mate, the chorus was "Another Brick in the Wall," and I did it. And it really wasn't until like I'd released the album that somebody said to me, "Oh, is this a Pink Floyd cover?" And I was like, "Fuck's sake!"
Right.
So yeah, it was really annoying. So, but it's one of those lessons where I sort of have to do due diligence on the songs I write. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to play the song. And what I would say as well is we've had a couple of comments.
It's still a great song. Definitely.
Oh, mate, thank you very much. It's just a shame that it just didn't quite have a title that was original.
Well, I mean, I just released a song called "Searching for Love," and there are tons of songs, as it turns out, called "Searching for Love." I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Like
released a song called "Stay."
Like that as well,
So many songs called "Stay."
Yeah,
I didn't know, but
yeah. Well, I just had to say, my sister and her husband have been taking up most of the comments section. Welcome, Gavin and Lizzie.
Brilliant.
But I would say, while I'm playing this song, I would totally I'd open up the live to anybody who wants to ask a question to Joe before we run out of time. We've got about 10 minutes left, so I'll play this song and then we'll have a 5 or 10 minute little chat at the end. So if anyone's got a burning question for Joe, if they would like to know about his songwriting process, about his albums coming out, about his history, about his future, please drop a question in the comment section and we'll endeavour to ask it, because this is about you guys as much as it is for us. So while I'm playing the song, feel free to throw some comments in the box. And right, I better get on with it then. Right, again, no nasty comments, Joe. I'm going to take my ears out.
You know me.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
Jeremy will watch this back later and he'll know that
I'm
there were
going to
no
dip this
nasty
down again
comments.
so that it looks... Okay.
Lizzie, we did meet at the launch in Ipswich.
Oh, I can hear you doing... I can't hear what he's saying.
Jeremy can't hear us.
Oh,
I'll
you're
let you know
responding
after,
to my
Lizzie.
sister's question.
That's it. Yes, Jeremy.
Alright, this is my song called Another Brick in the Wall, not by Pink Floyd. Maybe something I started, a little step at a time, a little too open-hearted, I'm missing all of the signs. It's been said that I'm colder, now I'm older, but I guess that's the price you pay for being burned. Oh, how did you go from being my world to another brick in the wall? Another brick in the wall. Another brick in the wall. Another brick in the wall. Never said I was perfect, no. My wall's grown so high, can't be sure it was worth it, but I've been willing to try. It's been said that I'm heartless, now I'm past us, but I guess that's the price paid for being burned. How did you go from being my world, Joe?
To another brick in the wall.
Yeah. Another brick in the wall. Another brick in the wall. Another brick in the wall. I still have hope, and I must allow, trust a girl brave enough to tear my walls down. Maybe bricks keep you isolated. The taller you build, the less you fall. Maybe I'm doomed. I should just make some room for another brick in the wall. 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 Woo!
Awesome!
Oh,
So good.
Oh dear. Oh,
So
I see
good.
you've been posting emojis.
Well, I had to say hi to... Hello? Can you hear me?
Hello, I'm back. I'm back.
I had to say hi to Lizzie.
Yeah, my sister. Yeah, I remember.
Just
you
as
guys
you, just
met.
before you started playing, so I thought I'd just
Yeah,
say
yeah,
hi.
you met in.
Yeah, it's good to see you
in the
again
Smokehouse.
too. Yes, that was really nice. Yeah, that was a good gig. That was.
Yeah, I mean,
was really good.
We've done a few fun things together. So we did that gig with Ellie Tree and a band with a bizarre name, which
Interesting Times Gang.
the Interesting Times Gang. Actually, it's not that bizarre name, I suppose.
No.
Yeah.
Do you remember we all got on stage at the end? That was well fun.
Yeah, and we sang one of Ellie's songs.
Yeah.
Helen, one of Ellie Tree's songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great actually.
That was so fun.
We should redo that at some point.
Oh, definitely.
I've got a date booked at the Smokehouse in May, but I haven't really thought about it or like done anything with it yet. But there will be a date in May on my May tour, so I'll definitely be coming back. So
awesome,
mate! If you'd be interested in coming and playing a song or two, that'd be fantastic.
For sure, I'll come along anyway.
Well,
and clap and sing.
Yeah. We can maybe do a bit of. It would be cool actually if we can play a couple of. Anyway, we can talk about it. Talk about it. It'd be great to do something. And of course we did the BBC Suffolk session.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. But I was quite nervous for that. I was like, it's taken a while. Like I think for me, it's a lot of exposure therapy. So the more you do stuff you're afraid of, the more you can cope with it when it happens again. But
yeah,
man,
definitely.
back in that was like my first time really playing music on the radio.
Really,
it's
right?
It's kind of like a big deal.
It is weird. It is weird. Yeah. It is a tricky one. Yeah, but as you say, the more you do it in each environment, the more you have that factor built in every time you do it. So you just become more comfortable with it each time.
Exactly.
Jeremy.
Yes.
I have a surprise for you.
You have a surprise for me?
Do we have a time limit, or are we okay for 5 minutes, or?
Yeah, we should be fine. We should be fine. Well, so
does Instagram cut us off, or
Instagram
what?
Used to cut you off. It used to cut me off after an hour, but it hasn't done the last 2 times I've done these. So we've ended up going on. But yeah, for sure. Like I'll let you know, because there'll be a timer that comes up in the top right hand corner, and then it says you've got like 2 minutes left. So if that happens, I'll just say, oh shit, there's a timer. But there's no time at the moment. So.
Okay, what if I'm mid?
Surprise for me. I'm very excited.
What if I'm mid surprise and I need 3 minutes left?
Then we'll have to deal with it.
Okay, well we should be fine. Well, you may have a smooth ending prepared for our live event here today, but first I have an ending as well, right?
Amazing.
So basically, here's the deal. I play one more song.
Yeah.
But it's one of yours.
It's something. You know what? As soon as you said surprise, I was like, "Is this going to be one of my songs?" This is amazing. I think this is the first time anyone's ever done this. Like, this is. I mean, I'm a bit kind of like. I'm a bit sort of stunned by this, actually.
I thought, God, that's going to be
Joe G style.
Well, I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do my best to make it Joe G, but I'm not sure if it will or not.
That's incredible.
It's not going. It is going to be different. I wanted to make it a little bit different to the original, but it's difficult. Because the original's so good, basically, and with covers. I think it's really difficult to when you know that blueprint of the original in your mind. It's difficult to. It's hard to make things your own. So I'll do my best to make it my own, but and hopefully stay true to the original. We'll see. I'm
so flattered, mate. All yours.
All right, cool. So yeah, I knew it would be weird because you're here, you're watching, but this is. Yeah, this is a tribute to you and how great you are, and just how much of a fan I am, basically. Just so that you know. This is... Hang on a sec, let me take my ears out. Okay. Now you definitely can't say any horrible things. Please don't, because I can't hear it. And I'm about to embarrass myself by playing one of your songs. But this is Runaway Train. Whispered calls like winds on the wall inspire me to sing. fate follows through, stolen from you. It must be the end, this runaway train. No one to blame when it all burns out, because I came on this runaway train of love. Fate for me, will it always deceive those willing to believe they're out of control? Give me the
Though
lyric.
it hurts, those actions are.
Though it hurts, those actions aren't less you've been burned. You just paid the toll. This runaway train. There's no one to blame when it all burns out. Because I came on this runaway train of love. Sit back and smile, words pull away. Life and love, as they say, are one and the same. I'll be there, both excited and scared. This track that will lead to the clouds or the flame.
This runaway train.
This runaway train. No one to blame when it all burns out, because we came on this runaway train of love.
Oh no, just knocked my thing over. I'm back. Oh my god, hang on. What have I done? I've just killed it. I've killed Instagram. I'm all zoomed in. Oh mate! I got so excited I knocked Instagram over. So good. So good.
Well,
Mate,
look.
honestly, that's incredible. Like,
Okay, go on.
well, I can honestly say I have no idea what it felt like for somebody else to play one of my songs until now.
Okay, cool.
Right, that's just totally a bonkers thing. And yeah, man, I mean, incredible. I almost prefer your version.
No, I don't know about that.
Well, I think I know what we're going to do when I come to Suffolk then, and I come and play this gig in the Suffolk house. I think we're definitely going to be playing that together. That'd be great. Mm-hmm. And you've got some lovely comments as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, hang on, what have I done?
I mean, look, I've got to say I'm sorry about the lyrics, but basically what happened is I obviously been practicing it, right? And I've got them on my laptop, but I'm using my laptop to record the audio for you. So and I didn't print them off. So it's an organisational issue.
I forget
but
my
look,
lyrics at the best times.
So I messed up, but I knew that you'd be there to help me out if I messed up.
I don't know how the lag was, but maybe it's answered a question of mine as to whether there's enough of a lag. But maybe it actually timed up quite nicely, and because I was singing along at some point in that song. But
cool,
mate,
yeah.
that's so.
Same
honestly,
earlier.
I'm a bit blown away by that. So
okay, good.
So much
well,
for
I'm
that.
glad.
That was incredible.
I'm glad.
Oh, mate. Right. So I think we have come to the end. Again, I didn't really have a smooth ending, as it were.
All right, cool.
But I would say if anybody does have a final little comment or question they'd like to ask Joe or I while we're still here, then please do throw that in the box. In the meantime, Joe, if people watching would like to know more about you, where should they go? Obviously, you've got your Instagram account, which is the one linked to this live.
Yeah.
But where else should they go? What tags? What websites? What distributors?
I'm now on all platforms, which is really good. I'm on Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal,
Fantastic.
Deezer.
Under Joe G.
Yes, under Joe G. The easiest way to get there really is via the titles of my songs. So start with Spotify, which is in the bio of my Instagram. And then if you want to go to another platform, then just because there are a lot of Joe G's. So if you type in one of my song names, you'll find my artist account on each of those platforms. So my website is joegworld.com. You can pre-order the second album there. My YouTube channel's where all the videos go.
I'll be going there straight after this.
Oh, cool. So yeah. I'd say Instagram's great, but I try and stay active on Instagram and Facebook. So official Joe G on all social media. Yeah, and my YouTube channel actually now is youtube.com/c, so /channel/Joe G Music.
Right.
I finally got a custom YouTube URL. That's taken
Amazing.
It's taken ages.
I haven't found YouTube that.
It doesn't
easy.
really matter anymore.
It's not as easy as some other social medias, but
sure.
We've got a few comments though. We've got Karen Thompson says, came in late but thanks. You're most welcome, Karen. Thank you so much for tuning in. Also, your mum is saying, good to see you together. Thanks for this. All the best, Jeremy, for your projects. Thank you, Helen. And the only thing that's left for me to say is thank you so much, Joe, for your time. Thank you so much for doing this. This is it's been a lot of fun for me. And I have no doubt that this is just another step in our very illustrious and long career as musicians together. So I look forward to the next time.
Thanks for inviting me.
Right,
it means
brother.
a lot to me. So had a lot of fun.
You're most welcome.
Thanks to everyone watching. I encourage anyone as well
again.
of my viewers, please go check out Jeremy's stuff. His music's on Spotify and all of the major platforms too. So
and when you
we look
release
forward
that
to your new
cover
music.
of mine,
Yeah,
when you release that cover of mine, you can also tie the two worlds together. What?
Yeah, for sure, definitely.
Anyway, thank you so much, guys. Thanks everyone for watching. This doesn't work without you guys, so thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time we do something. All right. Cheers, Joe. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Jeremy. Thanks, everyone.
See you when I see you.
Take care.
This is Jazzology. It's a real science, honestly. Not just a podcast of me talking about me. Or maybe it is. It's Jazzology.
What actually gets so often is that like thinking people landed, but